the Ford Motor Company private until about the mid-50s.
Oh.
After he died. He died in 48.
Oh.
But it was still, everything was in the Ford family name, the Ford Motor Company. It wasn't a public company. But in the mid-50s,
Did they live in Michigan?
they went public.
Did they live in Michigan?
Huh?
Did they live in Michigan?
They what?
Did they live in Michigan?
Oh, yeah, sure. Detroit was the big city, and that was the tremendously wealthy city.
Yes.
Back in, they had what they call Grand Point or something, where the millionaires built their massive homes. All that's gone now. Or pretty well. The homes are still there, but I think the majority of them are empty.
Yeah.
And the others were sold at terribly low prices.
Yeah.
And the whole city of Detroit, that's the same story.
I know.
It just died
Yeah.
in the last 25 years or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But back then, Detroit was a real humming deal back in the early, from 1900 to 1960.
Is that where he grew up or something?
Huh?
Did he grow up there, Ford?
I guess he did, yes. Because I just say he had no schooling.
Oh, really?
Right. He had no education. Well, he had whatever education. I guess he could read and write. Well, I mean, that was the deal in the 19th century for public education. And public education didn't become a reality until pretty well the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th. Back then, as I say, this whole country, the western United States, with the cowboys and all the rest of it that you see in the movies, they were populated by people who didn't know how to read and write.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they couldn't afford to. People at that time couldn't. They had nothing going.
Yeah, yeah. Huh.
So these guys that built this country at the latter part of the 19th, early part of the 20th century, were bright people.
Yeah.
They had to do everything themselves, building an engine. Can you imagine building an engine to run a car? if you can just barely read and write?
Wow, yeah.
Right.
Huh.
He was, I think he, somehow or other, with experience, by the time he was about 40 years old, he had enough background and he picked up enough information to become a so-called engineer in charge of, they call it Toledo Light and Power.
Oh.
Supplying electricity to the city of Detroit. That was when they were developing. They developed it.
Oh. Huh.
So he had enough background and knew enough about machinery and processing steel to make whatever it was necessary to build some sort of a machine.
Oh.
At about the age of 40, he had risen to that position, which paid him probably a fairly decent salary at that time.
Yeah.
Enough to accumulate a little bit of money so that he could go into business for himself and start building these vehicles.
So he was older when Ford came about. He was quite a bit older when Ford came about, when he got his company.
Yeah, he was born in about Civil War time, 1863.
Oh.
And as I said, discussed before, started the 1903, and by 1908 came up with the big deal, the Model T. So as I say, he was in his 40s.
Okay. Huh.
So, but I mean, what's his name? The guy that started built Chrysler.
Iacocca?
No,
Oh.
Chrysler.
Oh.
Developed the Chrysler Motor Company back about 1925 when he took over an almost collapsed outfit that was building cars, Rio, I think it was, and he had experience with General Motors. So he had his own ideas, knew how to what was going to work and what not.
Yeah.
So he managed to get enough money together to buy this almost collapsed auto company that was just about ready to go out of business, and he took over and made a success of it, and then finally turned it into a new company called Chrysler Motors
Oh.
in about the mid-20s.
And who's Packard? Is Packard a person? Was Packard a person?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he goes back right around the same time as Ford, but he was building the expensive cars,
Okay.
and he didn't sell too many of those.
Yeah.
Cars that cost $1,000 or more. It was the big deal with Ford was to build a car that could sell for under $500 and still make a profit. That was one of the elements of his success, that he could do that. And he did it with
The assembly
the
line?
production
Yeah.
line. Able to, and you know what? How much in 1913? He doubled the pay of his workers because he understood that, and the doubling meant that they were getting $5 a day instead of $2.50 a day.
Wow.
6 days a week. You worked 6 days a week back then. You only had Sunday off, for God.
What
Right.
hours?
Huh?
What hours?
12 hours. Right. Exactly. That's the way things were.
Wow.
And he understood that if he wanted to,
What, 7 to 7 or 6 to
Huh?
6? 7 to 7 or 6 to 6? What hours would you work?
probably 2 shifts. I think they didn't go for 3 shifts.
I know, but
They did
6 to 6 or
Yeah. Those were the good old days. You hear about it in the movies. So